About 10 months ago, I've played and covered Ori and the Blind Forest for the first time and I truly enjoyed it. A few weeks ago, I've started my journey in the sequel and after completing the game 100%, I can finally share my experience and review with you all. So if you're looking for my thoughts, let's hop into the video. Hi and welcome to our channel. My name is Vashral and this is Telplay, a channel dedicated towards gaming of all types. Here we cover reviews, game news, updates for some games we enjoy, guides and game recommendations. If you enjoy this type of reviews, please let me know. Today I want to talk about Ori and the Will of the Wisp, the sequel, an incredible looking and fun Metroidvania action puzzle platformer game that really left a mark on me. If you've watched my first video, you know that I truly enjoyed the game and this sequel does a great job at improving and adding additional things in some areas without feeling too different from the original. Now, without going too deep in the story, because this game, as the previous one, carries a story that is quite interesting and it's worth exploring by yourself, I will try to avoid any kind of spoilers. So what happens in Ori and the Will of the Wisp? Ori now is going to be on a different location, a mysterious island, after him and Ku, his little owl friend, got pulled in the storm as they were flying together and got separated by the storm, and both of them fall on this mysterious island. You continue to play as Ori, the mysterious cute spirit creature capable of using its energy to solve puzzles, fight enemies and overcome obstacles. Your journey starts as you explore the new and vast world. Although this world is 3 times bigger than the prequel, the sequel does a great job at making you feel as if this map is not so large, due to the fact that you have the ability now to traverse a lot more quicker, exploration and movement is more intense and much more rapid and interesting. When you first start as Ori doesn't utilizes anymore the old abilities that it did in the first one and you're required to reactivate and relearn them. But what makes this game different in that fact is that this time around you no longer are using the old abilities, yet you are presented with brand new ones, from swords to boomerangs to bows to all kinds of things that really amp up the combat of this game that in the first one was kind of lacking. In the previous game you used the small assistant orb to fire at the enemy, while here you're using powers of light to manifest into powerful weapons to deal damage, open areas, interact with objects and destroy walls. Ori is also more capable this time around, and despite all the aspects, Ori is still as frail and weak when it comes to some enemy encounters, although you have a large versatility of weapons that you can defend and use them at your disposal to create all kinds of combat scenarios and traversal opportunities, which I really enjoyed. Traversal is done extremely well and progression opens up new abilities that help you overcome areas of the map that normally you can't go to in the first place. Be it there's a wall, objects that help you catapult in the air, dashing or downright heavy hammers to break walls and clear enemies a lot faster. It's a Metroidvania game after all, and like its prequel, you're forced to follow the main narrative of the game periodically to unlock areas and head back and clear them. If you want to achieve completion on one of your playthroughs, like 100% and get everything that you want to get, you have to backtrack often. If you don't want to do that often, I recommend following the main narrative for a while as you get to almost the end of your journey, and then you can backtrack and clear all the map knowing that you've got all the abilities you need to clear the map to 100%. At least that's what I did, and I felt like I wasn't wasting that much time doing so. This time around, despite having more abilities, to fight boss fights seem rather more challenging on a higher difficulty levels, and I can say I've been struggling quite a bit dealing with some of them, but they are beautifully done and require your reaction time and understanding of the boss patterns in order to overcome them. Compared to previous game, you have fewer chase moments which stress me out, yet they are demanding, and if you fail you have to redo the entire section again. The game's controls are responsive and play very well in your service. This time around I feel less less confused going through sections, and my reaction time was better this time around. Maybe because I've trained more with my controller, but also the game seems to offer a wider window to react in some cases. As before, the game feels great playing and it's a fun time no matter if you're just for the story or the visuals. Speaking about visuals, the game looks gorgeous with great improvements overall on the visuals. More details have been placed in the world, but for some reason, because it wasn't anymore the first time seeing it, I wasn't as impressed as it was before in its prequel. Maybe that's just me, but if you prefer to have a much more crispier look to the game, you're definitely gonna enjoy this one. There's a lot more things that you can enjoy. There's additional characters, there's more details to the world, and overall it's a gorgeous looking game. It just doesn't have that spark of wowness when you played the prequel already and you've seen what that game has to offer. Still has incredible particle effects, visuals, there's improvements, there's additional cutscenes that you're gonna enjoy that I honestly recommend, and I think you're still going to appreciate, even so if the graphics don't seem that they have ramped up too much from the original. Each section of the map has different biomes. Some contain rich forests with beautiful vegetations, other introduces bubbly candy looking like locations, others are deserty and sandy, while others are frozen and dark. Like before, the map looks like an ant colony, and despite not making sense from that point of view, it does make in the game, and that's amazing. The music this time around is a lot more soft, and despite having an incredible soundtrack, I honestly enjoy the end song of the first game a lot more. Still, there's quality in all aspects, from the voice acting performed by the characters that can be understood to the sound effects that are crafted beautifully. Earlier I spoke about controller. I've played this game entirely on the controller, and the Steam Deck is the perfect companion for this type of game. It had no issues and had a good controller support. So if you're considering to play this game on a Steam Deck, I highly recommend it. I've played the first one in between breaks and whatnot, and it's awesome. Performance wise, I'm a bit conflicting, and here's why. The game runs very well throughout the game, but at the very beginning it stutters incredibly bad until the frame rate stabilizes. I've had these issues like whenever I was trying to teleport from one side of the map to the others, but other than that it ran just fine. I ran this game on the RTX 3080 graphics card, and I'm surprised to see this frame drops every now and then, although the game hits quite good high frame rates between 150 to 250 frames per second. So I don't know what's going on, but you should definitely be aware about this one. On the side of the Steam Deck, I can say that it had no issues whatsoever, so I'm thinking that it might be Windows and it might be my computer for some reason, but let me know in the comments, because I don't know, maybe I've been doing something wrong now that the game is finished. Of course, it's not a big issue, but it's something that I wanted to point out. I think that others might find a fix, and if you have a fix for this, drop it in the comments. I would really appreciate it. Now, if you're new here, as most of our reviews, we like to rate them in our rating system. So based on our rating system, I'll give this game the score of excellent. Although there has been great improvement made overall for the combat, graphics and story, there was something about the original that I enjoyed more. Maybe it's the element of newness or the fact that the music hit differently last time around, but overall I think that if you've played and enjoyed the first one, you'll enjoy the sequel just as much. It's a worthy package that needs to be played one after the other, as it holds a deep spot in my heart. So that's my thoughts about the game. What do you think? Do you agree with me? If you do, can you let me know by liking this video? If you're new to the channel and want to see more of our content, why not subscribe and help us out to reach 1000 subscribers, because we're so near to getting there. Lastly, let us know in the comments, which game did you enjoy more? Was it the first one or the second one? That's all from me. This has been a Tellplay review video. My name is Vasharal, and thank you very much for watching. As always, stay safe, take care, and happy gaming.